What up, YouTube? It's Aaron, your personal driver. Woo! I'm a little late today. I'm 4 minutes late. Sorry about that. Whoa, man, we had so many problems. So let's get this off here, get to my normal screen here. I got some fun things planned out for you guys today. So for those of you who've never been on one of these streams before, these live streams are for new people. So people who don't really, know how to do the grind on the day-to-day, if you will. So welcome all new drivers. Just remember, if you've just signed up, that you're entitled to a bonus. So if you have not received your bonus for signing up, go ahead and email me offline at my email address, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. All of those will be in the description after the live stream. You are entitled to between $50 and $500 from Uber and Lyft. So I can go ahead and help you get that bonus if you're new. If this is your first time on the stream, go ahead and below hit subscribe so you can get information when I upload anything to YouTube or when I do live streams. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. I always like you guys returning. Go ahead and hit thumbs up and share this. If you're watching this on the replay, then hit thumbs up and leave a comment. About which app do you like better, YouTube app, Uber app or Lyft app? I'll try to get to both. I don't know if I have time for it today. Joshua says, "What up, YouTube? It's Josh, the guy that always tries to beat Aaron earnings every Friday night." Lol. All right, what's up, Josh? Who's also a patron. So thank you, Josh, for becoming a patron. If you're returning here again and you like the stuff I have to offer here on this channel, think about contributing to me on Patreon. It helps the channel get going. Right now, I'm trying to upgrade my software so that way I can edit videos better for you. And you can do that offline when you're done with the screen. There'll be a link to it there, and I'll also put a link in the description at the end of this video. But what are we doing today? So what's the point of this? I'm going to go over a couple of things that some new drivers don't know about the Uber app. I'm going to show you how to use them. And some of you drivers who are more experienced, who have been here for a while, you might actually like this because you may not know all the tips and tricks of the Uber app. So I'll show you some different things you can do while you're down there. Feel free to use the live chat too, guys. That's what Josh is doing. What side is it? This side. This side right here. See, Josh has already said something, so feel free to talk to each other. Ask me any question anytime. If you're a new driver and you got a question about Uber, it doesn't have to be related to today's subject, which is the Uber app and how you use it. Hopefully the Lyft app and how you use it, but we'll get there. Joseph says, renewing my license on Friday. Thinking about signing up, but not sure how lucrative it is in my area. Where's your area, Joseph? Well, let me know your areas and we can look it up to see how lucrative it is. So, I guess without further ado, let me switch screens here and I'm going to put magically, my phone should appear right here-ish. So I hope that's what's going to happen if this all works out. Come on, phone. Boom, there's the phone. Okay, guys, so I got a question for you. I just want to make sure that you can see the phone and that, that you can hear me. Can you hear me? Because sometimes when I switch these screens, the phone doesn't work. Can you guys hear me? Redding, California. Well, let's look it up. By the way, my mom works in Redding. I was actually in Redding. If you want to go onto my channel, I took a vacation to Redding over there. It's kind of interesting. Awesome, you can hear you. I just want to make sure. So, let's see what it has to say. One of the interesting things about my phone, I can do that. 92. So that's actually pretty standard. Those are standard rates for California. The problem with Redding is it's a small town, so you'd be doing a lot of suburb stuff. The nice thing is you'll probably catch a couple long rides to like the airport and stuff like that. So anyway, let's fire up the Uber app and get today's started. Yeah, so 92 cents, that's what you make in LA, that's what you make in San Francisco, that kind of stuff. So I guess that's just standard for California. It's pretty good. Oops, strong Uber app. Okay, so I'm offline. So I'm going to assume, I know that this is for new drivers, but I'm going to assume that you guys know how to, you're welcome, Joseph. If you need any referral links, just go to my channel and you make sure you get your bonus. You don't have to sign up with my referral. You can sign up with anyone's referral, but just make sure you use somebody's referral because you get a bonus for it. Obviously, I prefer you use mine so we can split it, but hey, as long as you're using a referral code and getting money, that's the important part. Anyway, I'm going to assume that you drivers out there have picked up a rider so you know how to like accept a ride and that kind of stuff. On the top left here, you see right here, on the top left here, I'll show you where it is. Look right above my picture is a destination filter. So this might be a feature that not a lot of drivers know. Like say you want to go to Seattle, or the Space Needle in Seattle, you just write space, oops, I can't type, needle, okay, and that is gonna, you see how it says go online? So it's gonna go online, and it will only match me with riders who are going towards Seattle. So you can see I got a couple of cities in my way. So a lot of people on their quote-unquote day off will just set a destination filter like really far away and hope they can get a long trip and just sit at their house. Okay. The other feature that a lot of new drivers don't know, because it's a new feature that they didn't have 2 months ago, is, oh, I'll show you where I'm clicking. Right here, you see where that little, looks like a settings button? You click on it and you can see what kind of driving you have. So if you have Uber Select, Uber XL, Uber Black, all those different things, you can select which type you want incoming. So right now I have deliveries off, but I can turn deliveries on or off. See right here? You just click on it, on and off. Or if I only want to do deliveries, like say I'm with my kids or my wife or something like that, and I just want to maybe make some money or something like that, but I can't take passengers, I can actually take Uber X off and only do deliveries. Okay? So you can choose what apps you want there. So that's the easy stuff. So anyway, you know what? I'm actually going to keep it online and see if I can get a request. Poor guy. I won't pick him up, so maybe Uber will get mad at me. But anyway, so the earnings screen, I'm sure you guys know how to do earnings. But just for the sake of it, make sure you go down here and you go to your invites. For those of you who are new and have never done Uber and don't really know what the app is, up here you see this right here. This is your invite code. Make sure you know what that is. You should make some business cards with that invite code on because customers can use that referral code and they can get free rides, and then you get $10 every time a new rider rides. I think that's my kid coming up. Here is the rating screen. Okay. Pretty much everyone's familiar about it. What's up, dude? You want to say hi to YouTube?
Yep.
Come over here and say hi to YouTube. My kid's here, guy. Johnny wants to make an appearance. Okay, say hi.
Hi.
Woo, wave hi. All right, go back down, buddy.
Ouch.
Sorry, bud. Close the door on your way out, okay?
I am not that. I can actually play with me.
I will after the stream. My kid wants me to play video games with him. Tough life, right? Okay, so make sure that you scroll all the way to the bottom here to weekly reports. It's right here. That's one that everyone misses because it's at the bottom. Joshua says, my wife and kids and I do the Uber Eats on a regular basis. A great way to make an extra $300 and pay for gas. Yeah, exactly. Yo, Joseph says. So click on weekly reports and it will outline the last 6 weeks that you've done Uber. So if you want to go check up on your rating and see what happened, that comes out every week around Thursday. Pro tips, ignore, that's dumb. Driving rewards, that's the same thing as your referral code. Don't worry about that, that's stupid. This is the dumbest thing, driving dashboard. You can just ignore that. Don't worry about that. All this kind of stuff is dumb. But a lot of new drivers don't know this. I didn't know where my invite code was or what it was. Thank you. You're welcome, Michael. If you give that invite code to potential drivers, that driver will get a bonus and you will get a bonus if that driver finishes the setup process. Also, if you give it to a rider, you get a referral bonus. It's the same thing with Lyft. We might get to that, we might not. Okay, so you see here where it says star rating, acceptance rate, and cancellation rate. Okay, click on star rating, and it'll show the last 500 rides that you've had. So, and also if you scroll to the bottom, it'll show you lifetime trips. Now I only have 1,900, but that's because all of my Portland rides are gone when I switch to Seattle. And if I move to a different location, then I'll have to start from 0 again. But anyway, so I have 1,805 rated trips, but Uber only tracks the last 500. And so in the last 500, I've had one star, which happened on Halloween. I've had a couple of 3 stars, and most of them are 5 stars. Okay, acceptance rate. If you're curious how they calculate that, you can click on that, and it gives you an explanation of what the last, what the acceptance rate is, and then how many trips you've accepted. So remember, this is important. It's only over the last 7 days. So your acceptance rate will fluctuate daily because it's only on the last 7 days, regardless of how many rides you're given. Especially if you skip a day. Like say you don't work Monday or Tuesday. Well, on Wednesday when you log in, your acceptance rate is going to be completely different than the last time you logged in because it only tracks a week's worth of acceptance. Okay? And then cancellation rate, same thing. It's based on the last 7 days. And remember, always cancel after 5 minutes or 2 minutes with Uber Pool. Cancellation fees are manna from heaven. A lot of Tank in the house. What's up, Tank? A lot of people are afraid to cancel and they're new. Don't be afraid to cancel. You make more money canceling than you do taking the ride. And if you really do want the ride, cancel and you can pick up that rider later. So you can get extra money. It's awesome. Delivery, it's the same thing. I don't do very much delivery, but their feedback, it's just up or down. So who cares about delivery? But now's the important part for all you new drivers of how to use the app, okay? It is how you take care of your account, and this is really important. So you need to take a professional smiling picture, especially if you're a dude. If you're a dude, make sure that you take a picture of yourself after you washed your ass. Make sure you shave a little bit, or if you have a beard like me, make sure you do a little beard maintenance. Okay, get a haircut. Maybe put on a nice clean shirt, because this is the profile picture that everyone's going to see on when they log in. And if you look like some creepy, scary dude, you're going to get cancellations. Especially because a lot of females are worried about their drivers. So make sure you're smiling and you look nice. And you click on this picture up here. You see where the picture is? You can take a new picture by clicking on the button right there. And then you have to allow Uber driver to take a picture. And if you want to, you can take another picture. Now I don't, because you can see I got my winter beard growing in and I don't want a beard on my profile picture. Don't look creepy if you can avoid it. Exactly, Tank. Okay, so then you can, well, this is all my personal information. That's fine. If you watch my live streams, you kind of all knew that anyway. Make sure that this information is accurate, especially the phone number if you update your phone number, okay? So over here is your car. Oh, I have to go offline for that? All right, I don't care. I have to go anyway. I'm not going to pick anyone up. So you can see here, these are all the cars I have registered, and then I have them registered on Uber Eats only and on Uber X. So you can select which car you want. I think you can put up to 10 cars. It might be different by market, but anyway, if you have a car, I'm 50 pounds heavier in real life. Exactly. I say that put all the cars you have on here, because you never know. You never know. Like one day you might need to get a new tire, or your battery runs out or something like that. And so it's always good to have a backup to use while you're getting the car fixed. Now, driver profile, this is really important for new drivers to fill out, okay? So again, it's your picture that you took. Make sure you fill all this stuff out. And then, you know, it gives you it doesn't give you the best comments, the longest comments first. So the longer a customer writes about you, the longer the comments will be here, and you have 5. If you don't want to comment, then you can click these X's right here and get rid of it. So if it's just like good Uber driver or thank you or something like that, get rid of that one and make sure you have the best comments on there, because the customer is going to see these comments while they're waiting for you. And also in this fun fact area, you can write anything you want to. So make sure you have a link to your website. If you have a website, like I have this thing here. Patrick in the house. Evening, sir. What's up, man? How you doing? Or at a very minimum, have your referral code and say, for free rides, use this referral code. And the customer might put that in there and get you $10 at a minimum. Okay. So what the rest of this stuff, like, don't really worry about too much on here unless you're like, I'm not going to show you because like payment is my bank account information and stuff like that. But if you want it to be deposited in a new bank, then you go under payment and put the new bank information in there. And waybill is important when you're contacting what's that company called? Or when you're contacting Uber. Okay, what's up with the dissertation length compliment? Some drunk dude was really excited that I had video games in the car, so he like left me like 3 paragraphs about it. How many hours a day do you drive on average? So if I'm gonna drive that day, I'm probably gonna put it in like 14 hours, 12 to 14 hours. But that's just me. It depends on you and your area, what the law is. Resting from the long, busy weekend. Yeah, no kidding. It was busy this weekend. Okay, so what I want to talk about here is waybill. For new drivers, you have to know what this is. Whoa, focus, camera, focus. Okay, good focus. So waybill right here. Make sure you click on that because that is all of your pertinent information for every individual. Here, I don't want to necessarily show you guys this, I guess. Anyway, hopefully no one steals my identity. But you see this information? So this is all the information that you need to give to Uber if you have a question about a ride. So you're going to dispute a rider's ride, pickup his location was wrong, or whatever. They need this trip number identification at the top. So what you'll do is you'll just get to this screen and take a screenshot of it. Or if you want to write it down, you can write that down. But you need the waybill and the trip information when you're contacting Uber customer service so they know what specific ride you're talking about, okay? It also has the passenger's name, which sometimes they want to know, okay? And the address of where you're going to go. So this is important that you know where this is. What do you put in those stupid boxes on your profile like everyone, craziest story, etc.? I still can't figure out something. What's up, Tank? What do you need? You want me to go backwards? I guess I can go backwards. So profile. So I speak English. I'm from San Francisco. You can ask me about these in the area. How would you describe yourself? I skipped it because in my fun fact, I just have information about my YouTube channel. But you can put anything you want to in there. You can be like, you know, I got kids. If you don't have kids, you can say you have kids anyway, because some people like, oh, he's got kids. He's a nice boy. I'll give him a large tip for his kids. If you went to college, what college you went to. If you went to high school, the high school you went to. What your favorite music is. You know, whatever you want to. Just, it makes the customer feel more comfortable with you and more confident with you that they can relate to you. Jonathan, my kid. Come in, Johnny. Johnny, I'll play with you afterwards, okay? But you need to leave me alone while I'm doing this. You want to come say hi to YouTube again?
No, I just want to play in here.
You can't play in here. Come on. Afterwards, okay? Go downstairs and play, and then I'll come play with you after the live stream, okay? My kid's so damn cute. Dark Road Run in the house giving me money. What the fuck? Woo woo! Hell yeah, motherfuckers. What's up? Give me money. Good ideas, actually. Yeah, even if it just comes down to sports team. Dorothy says, hi, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny was ignoring me all day, and then now that I'm on the live stream, he wants to play. He wants to play. Sorry to interrupt the waybill section. No problem, Tank. Hey, this isn't Ask Me Anything. If you ever have a question, ask me, and then I can always address it. That's what the live stream is for. If I didn't want interaction, then I wouldn't do a live stream. Johnny, will you please stop playing with the door? They can hear it. Important for the airports, too. Yes, sir. So even if you don't have anything extraordinary about yourself, just write your favorite sports team, what your favorite food is, or what your favorite restaurant is at the very minimum. You know, for breakfast, my favorite breakfast place is this place. My favorite burger place is this place. So the customer has something to read and they feel comfortable with you. If you give I can't even talk. If you give amenities, make sure you tell them what your amenities are. Say, hey, I got an aux cord for iPhone, Google phone. I have free water. I have candy. Whatever the thing is, put those amenities in there too, so that way it's less likely they're going to cancel on you. They're like, oh yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. Tank says sports are good actually. Good conversation starter. Going to put something about that. Yeah, it's a good idea. Breakfast in San Francisco is Fred's. Right, exactly. So if you're in San Francisco, tell them to go to Fred's in Marin County. It's the best breakfast place on planet Earth. I've been to France. I've had breakfast in France. And I'm telling you, Fred's is better than any of the cuisine in France. So take that. Their deep fried French toast is legit. See what Dorothy just wrote? That's what you could write in your profile. Go to profile. How would you describe yourself? Just say, my favorite sports team is the San Francisco Giants, right? Like, that's why I got the tattoo right there. Oh, I can't get it on the camera. Then, fun fact, my favorite breakfast food is Fred's in San Francisco. The French toast is legit. There, that's all you need to write. Okay, so just real quick reminder, the waybill is right up here, okay? And make sure every ride you have has a waybill, and it's necessary if you need to contact Uber support that you have that so you can contact this stuff. So now I'm going to do a little bit of phone navigation for new drivers for issues you might have that you need to contact Uber for, okay? Joshua says, conversation starter for me is talking about my business plan and getting people's honest opinion. Yeah, well, if you want to, put the business like name or your idea in there. Hey, what's up, buddy? Come here. Oh, you need attention, huh? Come here. I know you gave me. You just want attention. Let's get you some attention. So you say hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Say I'm bored.
I'm bored.
You want to show everyone what you drew?
Yeah.
What'd you draw?
Just draw the last page.
The last page, right here.
No.
Show me.
There.
There? You didn't draw anything on there.
Yeah.
Is that what you drew?
Yeah.
Ooh, look at Johnny Color, the Hawaiian guy. All right, why don't you finish that? It's very blank. Go finish coloring it. There, is that enough attention? Sorry, guys. My kid, man. My kid. He makes it fun for the live stream, though. Hey, it's real life. This is live, right? So you guys want to peek in my life. I got kids. I'm a stay-at-home dad. Okay. So common problems you have as a new driver. Let's say you forget to hit start. All right. You select the address. You pull up to the address. The customer gets in the car, and then they're like, "Hey, take me to whatever the hotel on 5th and Main." And you know where that is in your head. So instead of hitting start, you just start driving there, and you haven't started the trip. That actually happens a lot. Another thing that'll happen is you'll hit start, and then you'll get distracted. Like a customer will say something, a light will turn or whatever, and so you turn your head, and you forgot that you've started the trip, and you immediately then slide end trip. So you've ended the trip like 5 seconds before it started. Okay? This is also important if a customer cancels while in your car. Number one, it's your car, so if they cancel, you can kick them out or have them restart the app. That is a possibility. But if they cancel and you're unaware or you don't feel comfortable kicking them out because of a safety reason, drive them to their destination and then do this. Okay, so you go to help. And here are a bunch of different things, right? All the support messages you could possibly have with Uber are under support messages, right? This is everything that you've ever supported, gotten Uber for. Trip issues and refunds, okay? So these are all the trips that you've had a record of, so that you need to go select a trip that specifically if you want to talk about it. Like let's say, I'll deal with that later. Okay. So guide to driving with Uber is like basic. This is like new. Like you've never logged on before. How to pick up and drop off. So I'm not going to go over this because I assume that you've been driving for at least one day and you've picked up a rider before. That's what that's for. Same with deliveries. If you've never delivered before and you want to know how, these are just quick tutorials on how to do that. Account and payment. I'm not going to open this up because it's going to have my personal information on it, but that's like how you get paid and that kind of stuff. Or if you're not getting paid, you can go in there and request that. Signing up. So a lot of people who have trouble with referral bonuses, that's where you go for that. So we're going to go here to trips and refunds. And we're going to select a trip. Now remember, before you do this, you should have the waybill for that trip by selecting waybill before that. But let's say it's an old one for whatever reason, like you forgot to do it until today. So I'll just select a random one. Okay, so this is the trip. That's the cost. And then you go down here to fare details. and you can get the trip ID. This is the waybill number. Okay, that's what you need to give. And then it'll give you the breakdown that Uber gets and all that kind of stuff. If you trust Uber. I mean, they could lie. There would be no way you never know. So they got a rider fee of 24 cents, all that kind of stuff. But the thing that you need to know is the trip ID. You can get this either here during the help process or from the waybill, the way I showed you guys before. But that ID is what you need in order to show Uber, okay? And yes, it's long and convoluted, but they do that on purpose, okay? So once you have the fare details, then you go to help. I know this is a little complicated, guys, but that's why I'm showing you, because a lot of drivers don't know how to do this. Here are all the things like on easy mode that Uber has for you. I was in an accident. I found an item. I had an issue with my fare. Blah, 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 including a critical safety response line. So remember that. If something, an emergency situation happens, click on the ride that it happened on, help, critical response line. You can always call 911 also. So let's do issue with my fare. And there's a lot of different ones. Don't ever click my fare was adjusted. What that means is you're already in a defensive position, and the section of customer service that you're going to go to, you're going to fight with, okay? Because each one of these goes to a different section of customer service, right? You want to go to I forgot to begin or end my trip on time. And remember, that's if you forgot to start the trip, you end the trip too soon, or the customer canceled mid-trip. You click on that, okay? And then see it already has the pickup address. You can say, yes, use my fare using these locations. If you click on that button, they'll automatically recalculate for you. Tony in the house! What's up, Tony? Yo, 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 yo. Oh, Michael, I'm sorry, Michael, I missed something. I ended a trip after the first stop. Just might be lucky she requested another trip. Yeah, okay, that happened. It's a common mistake, so I don't blame you at all. So if it's just point 1 to point 2 that needs to be recalculated, if you hit yes, I don't even think a person sees this. I think it automatically goes to a computer and just recalculates the fare, time and distance from where you picked that person up to where you should have dropped them off. Okay, and that's also if they cancel. So if they cancel in the middle of the trip, this recalculates it. Now the customer can always come back and fuck with you, but that's how, if it's an honest mistake, that's how you fix that. Dark Road Run. Amazing it took Uber this long to add a critical response line. Better late than never. Yeah, no joke, Dark Road Run. But it's there now. So remember, we got a new CEO who actually cares about drivers because he has to figure out how to make up money now that Lyft is going to beat him to driverless cars. But that's another conversation. If something else happened, okay, like say you stopped at 7-Eleven on the way, which, by the way, here's a free tip for you. If you're driving anywhere other than the final destination, make sure the rider puts the address in their app so that you have evidence if they try to contest the charges later, okay? But let's say you don't have that. You would hit no. They need to be changed. Oh, God, I hope this doesn't automate it. Let's see what happens. Woo! Okay, good. Pickup location. Remember, you get that from the previous screen we had. Destination. The pickup location. Share details. Share details is where you're going to put the waybill number so that the customer service representative knows what trip you're talking about. Because this is the only information they're going to see. They don't see the rest of the information at their end. Okay? So put the waybill in the details and explain what happened. I drove from the pickup location to the 7-Eleven, the 7-Eleven address, and then to their house on this trip, and then hit submit, and they will recalculate that fare for you. So if the person is canceled middle of the trip, if you forgot to start or end the trip, that's how you fix it. That's one of the most common mistakes that happens there in a long time. My fare isn't showing in the app. So guys, remember, it can take up to 24 hours for a trip to show up in your queue. And if it's a long ride that exceeds $50, Uber can take up to 72 hours to verify that that trip actually happened. So sometimes it'll be up to 3 days before you see a fare. So don't freak out at first, but I suggest at the end of your shift, selecting my fares that's shown in the app just to give them the heads up. Hey, this isn't displaying. Here's his trip of me ending the trip. It said it was going to be $150. Just giving you a heads up. So, but it can take up to 72 hours for that ride to post. So don't worry about that. My toll or parking fee was included. That's self-explanatory. That's if you had a toll that Uber didn't pay you for. That's where you can test it. I had too many riders in my vehicle. So this is a really important one for those of you who drive Uber XL and you have up to 7 passengers that can sit in your car, and they request an Uber X, but they have more than 4 riders. The first thing you need to do is take a picture of their asses so you can see that there's more than 4 people in the car. 2, if you have dash cam footage, make sure you save that so you can bring that into Uber in person if you need to. And then click, I had too many riders. How many riders were on this trip? Say, whatever it is. I had 7 riders. And then in the details, again, put the waybill information from the trip you're contesting into the additional details. Say they requested an Uber X. However, there were 5 people. I have a picture I can send along. I have dash cam footage I can show you. And the customer service representative will send you another email with a link to add a picture. You just put a picture on there, say, see, there were 7 people, and then they'll readjust the fare for you. I have a different issue with my fare. So this is general, okay? So this is a really important tab. If you forget everything else in this video, make sure you remember how to get the waybill information, that's the rider's details, and remember this tab. This goes to a person. A computer doesn't answer this. Make sure you put the waybill information in here and you can give them a detailed explanation, okay? For anything in rideshare, whatever it is that you want to, feel free to type it in here and then a customer service person will review it. And if you include the waybill information, they'll be able to help you. Tony says, it seems they care more than the previous leaders, but the South Bay, we're still at 71 cents a mile. Killing it, brother. Thank you very much, Tony. So actually, I think the last change on the 180-day change is a raise increase. That's my prediction. So we'll see. I don't know if that'll be true or not. So I think we're going to see rates raise about 10%. So Tony, I'm sorry, that's only be 7 cents for you, but it's better than nothing. My prediction. This is my prediction. I don't know if that's true or not. Tank says, indeed. Dark Road Run says, hate those packs that overfill the ride. Yeah. You don't even have to talk to them about it. You don't even have to mention anything to them. Drive them to the location, take a picture of their asses. You should have a dash cam, and then make sure you use this feature I just showed you and report that it's reported. Why is Super Chat not coming up on mobile? I don't know the answer to that question. I think you can only do Super Chat from a home computer. So I don't know the answer to that question. I'm sorry. Also, it's not available in all countries or states. So remember that too. But really, honestly, just visit my Patreon page. The links are in at the end of all my videos. If you want to throw me $2, man, you can do it on Patreon too. And it's Google doesn't take a percentage out of it, so it goes straight to me. And once I get enough money, I'm buying new software and a new lighting system. 13-cent additional gas tax per gallon went into effect today in California. I know, Tank. Go electric, man. I haven't paid for gas in 40,000 miles. Once I uploaded the YT gaming app, I got mobile Super Chat. Could be Android only. Well, there's an answer to your question, Tank. Maybe that helps you out. So remember, so anyway, every time the gas tax goes up, in my personal opinion, I think that your per rate should go up too. Maybe not the full 13 cents because a gallon will get you more than 1 individual mile, but they should knock it up a few cents every time the gas goes up. My opinion, I actually think that they can see the average for your area that you're in for gas, right? Because gas prices change every day. So I think that it should go up or down. There should be an easy algorithm. The average price of gas there should be like a little bit of wiggle room in there. So maybe it's like if you're at 90 cents a mile, it could go up to 97 cents a mile, or it could go down to like 85 cents a mile, you know, like 10-cent wiggle room based upon the cost of gas. Tank says, probably because I'm on the iPhone. Maybe. Got to get me one of those electric cars. Lol, yeah. Okay, back to the live stream. So I'm going to say on these last two, good luck. Doesn't matter. My boost was incorrect. See, book an appointment or message us. They don't give a shit if your boost is. Good luck getting that money back. You might be able to, but I've never heard or seen anyone get that money back from boost. My flat rate trip is included. This is for Uber taxi. So if you're not an Uber taxi driver, don't worry about that. So another common mistake is someone leaves a cell phone in the car. So, or a wallet. And remember, on Uber, not Lyft, on Uber, you get that money back. So you get $15 for delivering a phone or a wallet to somebody. But this is how you report it. You say, I found an item. Boom. Again, you need the waybill information. Do you know who it belongs to? It belongs to Sally. Here's the waybill number. You take a picture. And is it okay with the rider to contact you or not? Okay. And then details. So if you couldn't fit the waybill number in where it belongs to, down here on what item do you find, put the waybill information down there. Okay. So that way Uber will contact the customer and let them know you found the item. And then if the customer wants the item bad enough, they'll pay 15 bucks to you and then you can go drop the item off. I return an item to my rider. So this is stupid. Don't ever do this. So select the date of when you returned it, item returned, address returned it to. If you return an item to a customer without compensation, you're an idiot. You should never use this screen ever. Just tell Uber you found an item. If they want it bad enough, they'll pay you $15. If they don't want it bad enough, it's yours. That's the way it works. And then that's what eBay is for. So if someone leaves a cell phone, you give it to Uber, they don't respond back to you, then you can sell it on eBay. That's your shit. I actually don't know if that's legal or not. So maybe you should ask first. Just saying. Someone left it in my car, then I get it. Terry in the house! I joined today through your link. However, I got a issue running your DMV check. That sucks, Terry. Why don't you hit me offline and then I'll see if I can help you out with that. Okay, Terry? Sorry, that sucks. Joshua says, I don't think I could handle the amount of time needed to sit in electric to plug in with electricity. Yeah. That's not ethical, Dorothy says. Yeah, my wife always doing the right thing. I don't care. I'm not in this to be nice. I'm in this to make money. Dylan in the house! Dylan says, some girl left her keys in my car last weekend. I learned now to check the car thoroughly. She gave me $20 for it, though. Well, there you go. The DMV check is my only issue. Okay, well, I don't know. Yeah, just talk to me offline, dude. It's going to be too much on the video to talk about that. But the short answer is you're probably going to have to go into the Uber office and ask them specifically what they need. Sometimes the electronic record isn't available, so sometimes you just have to go to the DMV and print out your record and then bring it to them in person. That's probably what happened. But there's a lot of scenarios, so just email me offline. I'll see if I can help you out. And doesn't sound legit. My wife always worried about me. Well, if somebody wants something delivered, here's the thing. If you leave your credit card at a bar, okay, and you have a tab with the bar and you don't pay the bar, there's a $25 fee plus a 15% gratuity that gets charged to the card for them to hold it. So I don't think the bar is going to drive to your house and give you your card back. You still got to go back to the bar and you have an additional fee. If you leave stuff in the lost and found at any place, they hold on to it, and after a while, they either give it away or they sell it. So that's life, man. We live in a capitalist society, so if you're not willing to pay for a service, you don't get the damn service. Okay, issues with getting long trip requests. So I don't really think anyone cares about these in Uber, but if you're having problems, sometimes you do have technical issues. That's how you deal with them, but they're not common, so I'm not going to go over these. But if you want to know the technical side of how Uber is working and why you're getting certain requests, this is how you go about it. And this is also how you report a bug if you found a bug. I don't report bugs because I don't care. But if that's your thing and you find something quirky with the app, this section under Not getting trip requests is how you do that. Issues with Uber navigation. I'll save you the headache. Don't use Uber navigation. Use Waze or Google Maps, and you never have to use this part of the app. Okay, and so that is that part of the app. So documents right here. I'm not going to open this up because I don't want you guys to see too much of my personal information. But documents is where you upload. So, for example, insurance renews sometimes annually, sometimes every 6 months, and sometimes monthly. So don't forget, you got to upload all your new insurance information when the new policy goes into effect. So that's where that's for. Settings. Oh, this is a good one. So settings. Okay, let me show you what I just did. So this is under account. You go down to settings. I just talked about how not to use Uber navigation. So this is how you change it. Look, that's called a segue, okay? It's a segue. I just segued it. Segued. Just segued to the next. I used a segue. So settings. At the very top here is navigation. You go to navigation. Uber driver recommended. Don't ever fucking use this under any circumstance. I don't care what your situation is. Never use the Uber navigation. What is wrong with you? No, that's a free tip. Don't ever. Okay. 1, buy a dash cam. 2, make sure you have rideshare insurance. 3, never use Uber navigation. I just saved you all the headache in the world, guys. So I use Google Maps. Personal preference for me, because Google Maps gives you lane by lane turning directions, and in Seattle that's a necessity because you always, every lane could be going left or right. Like on the freeway, some exits are on the left, some exits on the right. I know in a lot of cities that's not the case. In a lot of cities, everything's on the right hand side, but that's not the case in Seattle. So I want to make sure if I need to be in the left hand lane to turn, that Google Maps will tell me that. Waze doesn't give you turn by turn directions, so it can be confusing sometimes. If I'm not in the city, I always use Waze, but that's how you change it. Dylan says, hey Aaron, I just signed up for Uber and Lyft last week and didn't use a referral. Can I still use one? Dylan, oh my gosh, how many times have you watched the live stream? You should know better. Yes, Dylan, you can. It's just going to be a pain in the ass for me. There's like some work I have to do with you, so I'll do it. I'll put in the work and make sure you get your referral. You're going to have to hit me on email or on Twitter or on Instagram or on Facebook. And the fastest way to you find those links, go to my YouTube channel. Under information, all my contact information is there. Or in any of my videos, including this one, once it uploads and it's not live anymore, we'll have all of my contact information. So just go to the last video I uploaded in the description. We'll have my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and my email. Okay. Yes, I can get you your bonus, so you will get paid. But yeah, you should know better, Dylan. I know you've been watching me for a while, so I know that you know. Okay. That goes for any new driver. Any new driver that hasn't received their bonus, if it's been less than 14 days, I can still get your money. Okay. That should be it, man. I think that's everything. Do you guys have any more questions about the app? I've gone over time again. I try to make these 45 minutes in length, but we could go over Lyft real quick, I guess. Lyft is harder because a lot of times you have to do personal information. So let's see if I can do this. Oh, I know. I'll just get rid of the screen so you guys can't see my personal information. And I'll log into Lyft, and we'll go over Lyft too. Give me a second. I have to log into Lyft and enter like my super secret passcode and stuff. And I don't want you guys to see that. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, let's do Lyft just real quick. Okay, so here's the Lyft screen. If you want to click on that, you can use the destination mode just like Uber. Set a destination, and then you can go there. Okay, so yeah, you can either move this to wherever you're going. Like, I want to go here to Tacoma. It'll update that location for you. Or you can physically put in an address like Space Needle, and it'll update for you as well. Just remember that Lyft sucks a lot at this. So, see, it's not even doing it. Anyway, the destination filter sucks for Lyft. The earnings button will just give you what you currently have. I haven't driven this week, so I don't have anything. But yeah, so that's where you're going to know. Just remember that on Lyft, they don't subtract Lyft's fee. So every $100 you make with Lyft, you've made $75. Uber shows you the amount after they have taken out their fee before. Earnings, this is your referral status. So see, here's the code up here. That is the code that you can give. And this is a cool feature. Not only can you email it, but you can text. Again, you get $5 when a passenger uses your code. So text that to your friends and family. And so they use that if they're ever going to use Lyft. If you need to use other detailed features, under profile, there's a bunch of different stuff, including your amp. This is when you've done 100 rides with Lyft. Okay, you hook your amp up to your phone app, and it'll sync with it. Uber will have a feature similar to this, but like always, Uber's behind Lyft, and the rollout is crappy because they have a similar product. It's just not as good. So that's how you get your amp to get set up with your phone. Let's go to dashboard. So here is the more detailed stuff you need. Your vehicles, driving history info, tax information, payout information. Here's the waybill right here. You see that? It's the same thing as Uber. I'm not going to go into details. I just showed you in detail with Uber. I just want to give you guys an idea how to do it on Lyft too. So that's how you get the information to send it in. Down here is the detailed stuff about the referrals. Oops, what did I do? Oh, I hit help. Oopsies, that's not what I meant to do. The app itself for Lyft is like way less complicated than Uber, and this it sends you to a website for your dashboard. So, okay. Well, I haven't taken any trips with this. I don't know how I'm going to show you guys. So if you had driving history, no rides, no, it's been a while since I've done it. Here you go. It's a long time ago. It's been a long time since I've done Lyft, a couple weeks. Anyway, yeah, so good. This is a good week. $99 in tips ain't too bad. Let's see if you can get the individual trips here. It's old, so I don't know if you will. Okay, so click on, it's at the, did you guys see what I just did there? I should be explaining this as I'm doing it. So when this loads up at the very bottom, see here are the days that I drove. So I drove for 4 days in a row on Lyft. So then you click on the day that you are curious about. And then here are the individual trips. I'll just pick one, I guess. And then help center. So the receipt number, look, that's cool. See, Lyft is always better than Uber. The receipt number is right there, easy for you to access. So you don't even have to go to the waybill. That's the identification for Lyft, the same as Uber. And go to help center. If you want to report this, I hope it's not too late. Okay, good. So make sure that you record down. If you remember, here I'll go back so you help you guys. Make sure you take a screenshot or write this number down. Right here, the receipt number. That's your waybill number. Make sure you record that. So you go to the help center. And then I'm glad it let me do this even though it was really old. So here are the things you can do. Boop, 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 boop. The most common one, again, is I accidentally ended the ride early. If a rider cancels on you, is how you do it in there. And then this is where you give the details. Okay, that's a real quick on Lyft. You can't really go into detail with Lyft app because you simply can't do as much with Lyft as you can with Uber. That's a trade-off. I think Lyft is a better company. everything about everything in the world, there's a pro and a con. And that's one of the cons with Lyft, is that it's just not as complicated. You can't do as much with the app. It's keep it simple, stupid. That's the philosophy. I don't think Lyft's calling you stupid, but they want to keep it to the lowest common denominator, so make it easy. Anyway, guys, I've already gone over 30 minutes longer than I wanted. So that seems to be a theory or a reoccurring theme for my live streams. I go on too long. But maybe I just am resigned to the fact that these are going to take an hour or longer. Sorry, I really try to keep them to be half an hour. Does anyone else have any questions? If there's no more questions, I'm going to get out of here. So don't forget, if you need my personal help, Dorothy left my email number or email address in the comments below. Email me. I'll get to you guys. I'll make sure you get your bonuses. So yeah, I'll guess it's 3:55 now. In 5 minutes. 5 minutes on the stream. Joshua says, but we love listening to you. Dark Horror Run says, thanks, Aaron. Great advice. Terry says, do I keep my Geico insurance or do I switch auto insurance? Terry, I'm working on a video now to refer that to you. Geico has a rideshare insurance. Call Geico and say that you're doing rideshare and you want their rideshare insurance, and they'll give you a quote. The best, if you have it, is State Farm. State Farm, it's usually between $10 and $20 a month, so $120 for the year, and they pay for your deductible too. Uber is a $1,000 deductible, your fault or not. Lyft is $2,500 deductible, your fault or not. So also there's 3 phases. There's app on, no rider, request no rider, and then with a rider. You're only covered by Lyft and Uber for phase 3. So during phase 1 and phase 2, you either have no or reduced coverage. The details of that I did in another video, so I won't go into that here. But to get coverage during phase 1 and 2, so app on, no rider, rider request, but no rider in the car. During those 2 phases, you need what's called gap insurance or rideshare insurance, depending on the company. Geico does have that option, so call them and they'll give you a quote. State Farm is the best one though, because they cover you like during like a normal policy, and they pay the deductible. So you don't have to pay $2,500 on Lyft or $1,000 on Uber. You just have to pay whatever your deductible is with State Farm. Michael says, I have to wait 3.5 years to sign on with Lyft. Yeah, Lyft has very strict requirements for drivers, so that doesn't even really surprise me. A lot of people have to wait for Lyft, so it is what it is. I actually think that's a benefit, that they're extra cautious. You know, a lot of people probably don't like that. It's frustrating, but I think the more exclusive you make your employee customers, the higher you can require, right? That's literally why they have doctor in medical school, or in med school. Like, you can learn to be a doctor at any institution. Like, there could be a public university. You're welcome, Terry. There's a public university. You could learn all the stuff you learn in medical school for free, and then everyone in the whole state can be a doctor. But they want to limit how many doctors exist so that they can create a scarcity, right? So they go to med school and make it really hard to become a doctor. Also, the theory is that, you know, they'll weed out people maybe who shouldn't be doctors or don't have the skill set for doctors, and only the best of the best can be required. But you could do that at a public university too. You could say, we'll give the information out for free, but we're only going to give medical degrees to the top, 25%. But anyone can learn about being a doctor. But med school exists to keep people from being doctors. It's the same with law school. Law school exists to make sure there aren't too many lawyers. So when Lyft says no to drivers, I think overall it's better for all the available drivers. Unlike Uber, who just hires everybody, including apparently terrorists, because that's what just happened. OKC Party Uber says, I'm in the process of setting up a YouTube channel. What do you use to broadcast your phone on your live streams? Woo! Okay. I'll answer that question. Give me a second. Oh, I don't have. I can't show you physically on the computer right now. But if you're going to broadcast live, the first thing you need is 1,000 subscribers. I don't make the rules, bro. That's just the rules. You need 1,000 subscribers. Too bad, so sad. Hey, it took me almost a year to get 1,000 subs. It's hard. It's a grind. But you need 1,000 subscribers to use the live feature on the YouTube channel. So that's the first thing you have to do, is you have to get 1,000 subscribers. The second thing you need is a program that's shortened to OBS. That's Open Broadcast Software. OBS is, oh, I can show you that, I guess, I suppose. Monitor 2. Okay. So OBS, this is what the symbol looks like right here. OBS Studio. And then this is how you broadcast on OBS. And I'll show you what I just did with my camera, which I did phone stream. So on the phone stream, this is what I have set up. What I just did was dubbed phone is a website. So I went to browser source, and I used let me, oh, I have to switch back, I'm sorry. And what I did was I used YT Gaming on my phone on a private server, and then I imported that to OBS. I know that sounds complicated, but once you get to the live stream and you download OBS, it'll make more sense. Anything you can see on your computer, you can import into OBS and then broadcast live. It's just you have to tinker with it a little bit. And I'm actually kind of tech retarded. So I know that sounds funny since I run a YouTube channel and I've managed to kind of make these live streams work. But it's been a struggle, man. If you watch all my live streams, you go back and watch my other live streams, a lot of the stuff I tried doesn't work. And there's been 2 live streams that I've just had to delete off my channel because I either accidentally violated the terms of service with YouTube or I didn't upload it correctly. So even though it worked during the live part of the live stream, when it uploaded to YouTube, it was incorrect. So there was 2 things I had to delete. So there's that. I will say this, though. This is actually a tip for new drivers, too. So maybe I'll do a video on this someday. Let's go to the live stream. Fire my phone up. One thing you can do if you have a YouTube channel, regardless of how much you have, is something called YT Gaming. Okay, so let me shoot this up here. So it'll connect to my phone, hopefully still. And I'll show you how it works. Let's see if this shows up. Woo! Okay. So it looks like it's recording. Let's see if it hooks up to the video or not. OKC Party Uber, this may not work. Just giving you a heads up, but hopefully it will. And then I'll show you how it works. It's not. Oh, there it goes. Is it working? Hell yeah, it's working. Okay. Oh, I'm getting feedback. Let me get rid of that sound. Okay. So it does not work for iOS. So I've tried YT Gaming before, but it keeps crashing. Oh, that sucks. Well, I'll show you. There's some other apps too. Try these ones. So here are a bunch of different ones. This is the other one I use when YT Gaming doesn't work. It's Camerify. It's the same idea as YT Gaming, except the features are a little bit more customizable. You have ads though. That's how they make their money. So you can use front, forward screen or back screen, and you can add a bunch of features like see like YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, stream. I don't even know what Wowza is. But there's a bunch of other apps you can try. And if it's a real problem with, it might just be the software. I mean, I run a Samsung Galaxy 8, so your phone might be too old too. That could be a problem. I don't know what phone you use. But if you look up here, these are all different kinds of broadcasting streams for you can use for your YouTube. And if you have an Android device, you don't need 1,000 subscribers. So I don't know if that helps you or not, but hopefully it does. It should work on the Galaxy 7. How do you screen share your phone in this broadcast? It looks good. So, okay. I don't know if it'll work. Let's try it. Who knows? So, Dark Road Run in the top right, you see you click on that button. See it says switch accounts. I made an account just for this stream. I'm uploading to that account. And I'm importing that live stream to OBS via the web browsing option. So I just import. It's like you see the side here. Oh, it's always backwards. You have the chat box. It's the same thing as the chat box, except instead of importing the chat, it's importing the live stream. And so anyway, this is also something, if you don't have a dash cam, I think I might make like a quick 20-second video on this. If you don't have a dash cam, but you want to record all of the stuff on your screen so that you have evidence for Uber of what happened in your car, you can do the same thing. Set up a YouTube account, make it private so that it's not publicly available, and then just use YT Gaming to record every single thing on your phone. Everything you touch. Just remember that everything is recorded. So like if you watch porn in between rides, that's going to be on that stream too. But if you're a new driver and you don't have a dash cam, it's not going to record everything like a dash cam because I mean, look, that's all you get right there. Woo! But you do get audio. And if you don't want to record it, you can just get rid of the camera down here. See how it says one watching? That one watcher is actually OBS. So it doesn't record anything. It's just a picture. But it will record audio. And everything that you do is going to be recorded. So you can go back later if you need to and pull or download that stream. And then you can bring it into Uber. So if you need to prove something happened in your car and you don't have a dash cam, that's a really quick way to do it. I think everyone should be recording everything on their phone at all times when they're driving for Uber because you never know what to expect. But that's just my opinion. All right, let's get rid of this here. Are there any more questions? You guys got any questions? Now's the time to ask them. Oh, you probably have to have an unlimited plan if you're going to record everything. Just saying. All right, I'll give it another minute or so, and then I'll get off the stream if you guys don't have any questions. If you made it this far, whoa, I'm totally out of focus. Let's go, camera, let's go. This will help. There we go. So, if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you hit subscribe, thumbs up, and leave a comment, and consider helping me out on Patreon if you'd like to. It really helps the channel out. It's pretty awesome. Help me out. Should I start with Uber or Lyft? Joseph, you're in Reading, so I would start out with Uber. It's not going to be very busy. You should definitely do Uber and Lyft though, because there just aren't going to be as many rides in Reading as there are, say, in like Sacramento, San Francisco, LA, San Diego, those places, because Reading is so small. So start out with Uber, get comfortable with it, then add on Lyft. That way you have all available options for rideshare. Because you're gonna just not, it's a population problem. There just aren't gonna be as many people requesting rides. I do have a feeling though you're gonna get some really long rides, like probably people going from LA to like from Reading to Sacramento, which will be nice. And you should get a business license law passed soon that you only need one license. No problem. All right, guys. So yeah. I guess I'm out. Well, I'll give it another minute. Sometimes there's a delay on the feed, and I don't want to cut anyone off. So I'll wait. I don't know, stall. What? All right, I'm out of here then. See you guys. Friday, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'll do a live stream. You're welcome, Dylan. Yes, so currently the way California works, you need a business license in every individual city or county you work for. So you need a San Francisco license, a Sacramento license, LA license, blah, blah, blah. But the governor just signed a new law saying you're only going to need one license. They haven't finished that yet. I don't know what that's going to look like. But I assume you just go to a website that the state is going to have and pay like whatever it is, like the $100 fee, and then you'll be paid for everything. Lucas Oil? What are you talking about, Helen? Lucas Oil is the shit. I love Lucas Oil. Helen, always use Lucas Oil on your car for interior. I don't know what that question is, though. Why is there a question mark under Lucas Oil? I should have turned on video when dropping off a woman who wanted a hug, kiss, and thought the advice you gave about flirting. That was over the top problem. Yes, if something like that happens and you have YT Gaming downloaded on your phone, turn it on, and that way you can record the sound and what's going on. So, I need to get a business license to drive for Uber? No, not yet. You're in Reading. I don't think you need a license in Reading. I'm almost ready, Johnny. You want to say goodbye to him? Goodbye. Come here. Come here. You're watching the detail. Oh, dude, Lucas Oil is so good at cleaning your car, and it smells so good. It smells like candy. Hey, come here. I know. We can eat your chocolate from Halloween later. Just sit down and say hi to everybody. Hi. Bye. Michael said I wanted to type it in before getting ready. Okay. Don't forget. Hey, tell Michael like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Say bye. Bye. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Okay, let's go. I am going to purchase some, I think. I've never heard of it. It's so, dude, it'll change your life. Lucas Oil is so amazing. I swear, if I ever get a sponsor, if I could choose, it'd be Lucas Oil. I want to drink Lucas Oil. That's how much I love it. That's probably toxic, but it smells so good. Oh my God, I wish they had ice cream that tasted and smelled like Lucas Oil. It's so good, and it cleans your car. I will say this, it leaves a residue on the car that's supposed to protect it. So if you have black interior, you might notice where the Lucas Oil is and where it's not. And it's not greasy, it's just like a hard coating. But it's, oh man, I love that stuff. It's so amazing. All right, deuces, guys. Peace. Oh, you want to say it? Here, you can say it to him. Say it to him again. Peace. All right, bye, guys.